EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Two and a throw right away. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Here's Tua. And his throw is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
2nd and 10. Now Tua. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 44 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board first here in Vegas. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From his end zone, here comes... And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt here, 1st and goal.
I'm starting to get the sense throughout the league that more of the special teams coordinators give their guys the green light to bring the ball out because everyone wants big plays to happen. I don't know if that philosophy will hold after that error there. Turn it over that deep in their own territory.
Do guys go rogue there a lot based on feeling?
I think a lot of them just sense that they can make a play and make a huge one to help their team. And they have to have that
touchdown Dolphins. Durham Smythe from 3 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on second down. Here's O'Connell. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. Here's O'Connell looking to throw it. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Now O'Connell. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Off the play fake, here's O'Connell. He finds his tight end, Gentry. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's O'Connell. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Let's go now.
Fakes the handoff. Now O'Connell to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And here comes Berrios. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return, and it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports. Second down and 6 now. Now it's O'Connell. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Throwing, O'Connell. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, O'Connell. And this one is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. A 49-yard attempt.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And the deficit will hold pat at 13. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. They'll roll him out right. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. From the 21, here's 2nd down and 3. On play action, here's Tua. Flush to his right. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a 1st down. Here's Mostert. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Mostert. And this time he'll score. Touchdown, Miami.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And the Raiders have got him.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Play action. Now O'Connell. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Oh, he fakes a spike. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Christian Wilkins. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Berrios. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 36-yard line.
All right, come on.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And some room to work. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Ready.
Play action. Now it's Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And this throw will be intercepted. Oh, some strong running. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
7 Pirates, 79 Broncos.
A final shot before break. O'Connell. He'll let this go for Adams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A three-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no three-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. O'Connell looking to throw on first. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
All right, fellas, listen up. Out.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Steps away to his left. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's third down.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua dancing to his left. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. That is caught, and he is going to have a Raiders first down, it would appear. And yes, the chain gang going to move the sticks. They take a risk on 4th and 4, but they get it by a full yard. Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game.
They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line.
That's good for a Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Off the play fake. O'Connell. Back to Renfro again. Complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Las Vegas, first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
O'Connell looking to throw yet again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jacoby Myers. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. The no run back here, fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. They'll run right side with Mostert. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Tua sets up to pass it. Out to his left. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Berrios now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. And now here is another interception. He's on his way. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And they go play action here with O'Connell. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw here, O'Connell. Touchdown! Austin Hooper from 4 yards out. And the Raiders have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this fourth quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead is now 2. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. And we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that. And
my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now O'Connell. He finds his tight end, Gentry. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here's O'Connell. And this is going to be incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, Those will be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction. All of a sudden, they're down. This is 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. Now he's loose again. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 75 yards. And the Dolphins use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays, give us a break, back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From his end zone, here comes Carter. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield. So a solid return to the 50.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game. And that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. 2nd and 6 coming up. Back to throw, O'Connell. Over the middle, and Mayer hauls it in. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. O'Connell. It gets it right back to Mayer.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Here comes 2nd down. Here's O'Connell. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And now all of a sudden, the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Here we go, 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep the...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And the fair catch taken. No time will come off the clock. And they will begin this critical drive at the 25-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's 1st down. Here's Tua. He's got him in. Complete. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. 5 seconds. No timeouts. Here we go. One final try for Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty.
Hey, man, that was serious, man. Hey, good intense game. Good intense game.
This one was, well, at least I guess if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming, the way that they were playing and having the lead after 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending, because it wasn't just a one-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace and got it done.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard